Hello people of YouTube and welcome to another Narnia Life episode. So we have some more casting news to talk about that's recently been kind of confirmed, kind of not in the last couple of days. As well as I'm going to discuss the upcoming trailer and what we can expect. So if you go over to Narnia Web, they did a podcast about the trailer because the film, The Magician's Nephew film, is still very much surrounded in mystery. We've not really seen anything apart from what's been leaked. And, is this going to finally give some clarity about what we can expect in this film and potentially future films as well? So before I talk about, the trailer and when can we expect it and everything like that, I'm going to talk about the casting news. So we have a casting update that Kobna Holdbrook-Smith, I'm probably completely butchering that, but he has been cast in The Magician's Nephew. His role as of yet is unconfirmed, but a lot of people are speculating that he possibly might have been cast as the role of King Frank. Now, King Frank is the first ever king of Narnia, so there's Frank and there's Helen, so they become the first ever king and queen. And King Frank is an ancestor of the kings of Archenland. So it's been highly rumoured that Kobna is being cast in this role. So his notable work, I've seen quite a few of his notable work actually. He's been in the second Paddington film. I don't know if he was in the first one because the Paddington films I've not watched yet. But he was in the second one. He was in the Willy Wonka movie with Timothée Chalamet, which I do remember him in that. He was also in Mary Poppins Returns, and he was also in his Dark Materials TV series. So he's obviously been in other stuff, but they're his most notable ones that I know him from. So he has joined the cast of the very mysterious Narnia film. Again, his role unconfirmed, but very likely it's going to be the role of King Frank, although that's not confirmed. Which kind of adds to the mystery of the whole film. We get casting news, but it's like, who are they playing? No one knows. It hasn't been confirmed officially as to who's playing who. Really, we know that Meryl Streep is involved in the film. Don't know who she's playing. We know that Kobna's involved in the film. Don't know who he's playing. Like, where's the hype? We want some clarity, please. But yeah, that brings me on to the trailer. So basically, obviously, we haven't got a trailer as of yet. Which again, I think I mentioned in the last video, it's starting to worry me because the film is out in 8 months. Films that are due out at around the same time are already marketing. We've got Doom Part 3. Obviously, Avengers markets itself anyway with Avengers Doomsday. Hunger Games, they're marketing at the moment. They're counting down to a potential full trailer. Where's the hype? There's no build up. There's nothing. It's just a very mysterious film. We barely know anything about it. So hopefully when we do get a trailer, I will be covering it and breaking it down and stuff. But when we do get a trailer, hopefully it can give us some form of clarity. With it being on Netflix, so I know it is getting released in IMAX for a little while. But with it being on Netflix, I don't know when the trailer is likely to drop. It's usually a trailer drops, I think, before about 6 months. We get like your first either teaser or your first poster. But we've had nothing. Like, all the other films that are out around the same time are getting hyped already. And obviously the Harry Potter TV series, they've released the first teaser trailer. And then they've also released a behind the scenes, like, mini kind of film. But that doesn't make any sense because usually behind the scenes thing is released after the series is released, not before. But I think that's marketing. It is free marketing basically. So where's the marketing for Narnia? There isn't any. We know the Narnia film is coming. Well, not many people know, but we know a Narnia film's coming, but we know nothing about it. Like, there's no hype. There's no hype there. And if they don't start advertising quick and soon, unless they've got a huge marketing campaign, the other stuff that are out in November, December, you know, you've got Hunger Games, you've got Dune, you've got Avengers Doomsday, you've got Harry Potter. Narnia is going to get swept under the rug. So they need to start marketing this thing and quick. But like I said in my last video, I do think Narnia's in trouble anyway, because there's just too much big things coming out at the back end of the year. I can't see anything moving in terms of release date, so who knows. But hopefully when we do get some sort of poster or a trailer or something, we get some sort of clarity as to what actually is happening. Just the whole cast, you know, Greta, the whole cast, they're being so secretive. I don't get it. I've never known a film be this secretive before. And it baffles me, because you're not getting the hype, you're not getting the advertising out there. A lot of fans don't even know that a new Narnia film is coming. How do you expect your film to succeed? You need, honestly, I doubt anyone from the production or anything is watching this, but the advertising needs to start as soon as, you know, because if not, it's just going to get swept under the rug and forgotten about, because there's too much bigger stuff coming out towards the back end of the year. But yeah, that is it for today's video. So we've got a new casting and potentially, well, not really trailer news, but hopefully when we do get a trailer, we get some clarity as to what's going on. But yeah, that's all for today, guys. Head over to Narnia Web. They recently did a podcast talking about the trailer and stuff, and I believe Glumpuddles just put up on his YouTube channel, he did like about an hour-long video talking about like the news over the past year and stuff like that. So I know he uploaded on his YouTube, because I used to watch him back in the day, which makes me feel so old, you know, when Dawn Treader came out. But yeah, I did used to watch his videos, which kind of inspired these videos. But yeah, cover Narnia Web, obviously follow those guys, and I'll see what them lot have to say. But yeah, obviously new casting, and please, we need some clarity in the trailer, if we get a trailer at any point soon. So yeah, that's all for today, guys, and I will see you in the next one.